Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic. I'm only gonna do this once. National. Yeah. Ha. Classic. International. I ate with a spoon. What I got?
Yes, sir.
Classic.
It's Classic with the classic codes, and I got another great live show for y'all today. I hope y'all feeling good. I feel amazing, man. What up, chat 333?
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yeah, man, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in, hit the notifications, subscribe to the channel. You know what it is, the regular protocol. It costs absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Yes, Lord. I got a reaction video for y'all today. I got a question of the day, and I have a code language conversation. So we got some things we got to get to, chat. Let's do it.
I'm only gonna do this once.
And listen, man, make sure whether you catch this live or whether you watching it on the rewatch, make sure that you are active in the chat, whether you agree or disagree, so we can have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes, man.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But yeah, man, sorry, I got some in my eye chat. But yeah, man, we're going to start off with our reaction video. Shout out to everybody filing in. Shout out to Souls of Thought. Shout out to Tristan. I know the gang is filing in. Slow, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Welcome in, chat 333, the best on all streaming platforms. God has blessed us. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. This is a place where we have fun, crack jokes, talk about real things, disagree, agree, and learn and grow all in one space, man. It's a basic place to be. Soft Rain, what's going on? What's going on? And make sure if you haven't already, you slide over to my other channel with my coalition and subscribe to the Raw Society Coalition page. We got certain shows. Sunday Service is moving off of my channel to the Raw Society Coalition page. Raw Reels, where we do the movie reviews, that's moving off of my channel and going to the Raw Society Coalition page, along with other segments moving off of our individual channels and going to that page. So make sure you tap in on the Raw Society Coalition. Also, some of our panel discussions will be streaming exclusively on the Raw Society Coalition page. So if you have not, go to the Raw Society Coalition page and subscribe there as well. But yeah, let's open up the show. Let's get it going, chat. Let's get it going. Y'all ready? 333, man. Drop some threes, man. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna start off with our reaction video. We sliding over to Anton Daniels After Hours. We ain't tapped in with Anton in a minute. I was going through my content. I said, damn, I ain't tapped in with Anton in a minute. It's been a minute since I went to the After Hours crew. So we're gonna link back up with the gang, man, like we used to do. And we're gonna do an authentic reaction to a piece of a live panel, discussion that they were having. This is about most men can't be honest. Shout out to Ted. Somebody send the link over to Ted's down if y'all haven't already. Soft Rain gonna drop the link for the Raw Society Coalition in the chat so y'all can tap it and get to it quick. No diddy, and go ahead and subscribe there as well. Somebody shoot the link over to Ted's, man. We need Ted's involved with this conversation for sure. Shout out to my dog at the Ted's down. This is his favorite thing to talk about, which is I think they're gonna talk about polygyny to some degree, because the topic says most men can't be honest about wanting multiple women. So let's get into it. Tristan said hit the like button. Shout out to my dog T. Let's go.
Awesome, right?
I said, considering what you're saying, a man who is disciplined enough to not do that, I think that that's admirable.
I think it's more admirable for a man to be honest.
I think
because very few people have the courage to do so. Because when you're
everything
honest,
we want to do doesn't necessarily mean we should do it.
When you're honest, you don't have temptation.
Well, I don't think that's true, because everybody's gonna have temptation in some way, shape, or form. So I don't think you can avoid temptation, and to train yourself to think that I can eliminate temptation by being honest about what the temptation will pull me to do.
It gets worse.
I think but I also think that that's a little fake, because
it's not a temptation.
God asks us to not yield to temptation,
It's not a temptation for me for something that I'm not, like something that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, tempted by. Like, it's not, to be tempted by something is basically to for something to come to you and you have to make a decision of whether or not you should or you shouldn't, because it would be the wrong thing to do. If it's not wrong for me to do because this is who I've been authentically, then you can't tempt me. It's just something that I'm gonna do or it's something I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, he's saying something. He making it sound more complicated than what it is. I think he's saying if you being honest about it, that means if you just the honesty about whatever it is that would be a temptation if you felt like you couldn't be honest about it. The fact that you open up and be honest about it and the person in front of you understands it about you, whether they agree, disagree, whatever, they understand it about you. Now, if you are to live out said thing or whatever the case may be, it's something that's already been in the open floor. So it's not I guess it's not a temptation at that point. It just becomes a thing that you either decide to or not to participate in. I think that's kind of where he's going. Tristan said it's not temptation if it's something you want. I see his point. Yeah, I see what he's saying too. It sounds a little confusing though, the way he's getting to it though. But I get it though.
Okay. But what if the person who you think you have always been, I mean, that's cool. And I'm not saying you, but I'm saying, what if a person, that's who they've always been. So therefore I'm honest and open and upfront about who I am. So whatever I do is fine because I'm not lying about it. Where does that leave space for your own growth? Like maybe you don't get it. Okay.
Because my growth is mine. It's not to be determined by somebody else. Like,
no, I agree with you. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Because the thing that I'm always confused about is, so you got with this dude. He wasn't what you thought he was going to be, but for some reason you thought he was going to change for you. But then he is exactly who he said that he was, and he's not doing anything different. But then you surprised and appalled at the fact that he still did it. Like you knew this nigga was him. You knew it was
That sounded like a Democrat.
I'm talking in general, Carrie. There's a lot of women that act surprised at something that's already been there the whole time.
Well, I can't say what I was saying because you okay.
No, go.
I agree with you. What you said. Well, you added in extra detail that was not present with what I was saying. So it's
like what?
Well, I was talking about what you said. So if I am being who I've always been and I'm upfront about it, then you said there's no temptation. Like I'm doing what I do and I'm letting you know what I do. And I'm like, okay, fine. That lets the person know, fine, whatever. But where is the space for what you've always been doing? Maybe you shouldn't be doing that. And that's why I said everything we want.
Why? I think that's what he getting to too. Says who? Why? Why is me stopping living how I want to live in any capacity considered growth to you? Is it because me stopping said behavior is convenient to you? So you're going to frame it as growth, as a form of manipulation. You got to be real careful because people will sneak in the back door. No diddy, right? People will sneak. I'm telling you. Manipulation. That's manipulation. That's manipulation. You framing your desire for me to be a certain way as growth so that I'm supposed to somehow aspire to become the way that you prefer for me to be. What if I don't see nothing wrong with how I am? So in your eyes, I'm not growing because I'm not becoming who you want me to be preferably. That's manipulation, chat. Chat, that's sorcery.
Classic. I'm only gonna do this once.
It's sorcery, chat.
Do well. I'm asking for a person who's like that. Is there space for them to believe that there could be areas that they might need to reconsider? Or is it whatever I want to do, as long as I'm open about it, I can do whatever I want to do. And there's no temptation and I'm not doing anything wrong purely because I'm being who I am and I'm telling you I'm doing it.
Yeah, ain't that what y'all asked for? Be upfront, be honest, be transparent so that I can decide whether or not I want to be here. Ain't that what y'all said? And then he's talking about being exactly that. And now she's asking, is that what it is? Like, so just because you up front and I agree to it, you could just do it forever? Well, precisely. Souls of Thought said, I like this. I haven't watched him in a minute. Yeah, it feels good to be back. He said, Anton switches the goalpost. They just let him. LOL. Yeah, it's definitely on wheels. The goalpost definitely on wheels on the whole panel though. Tristan L said, women love a project man. That's it. if a man wants to be with multiple women, number one, that's not a problem. And number two, if it is a problem, that's not a problem you could fix. Yeah. Hey, look, Tristan, listen, man, couldn't have put it more eloquently myself. Let's do it again. Women love a project man. That's it. If a man wants to be with multiple women, number one, that's not a problem. And number two, if it is a problem, it's not a problem that you could fix. Man, this boy be cooking, man. Tristan, man, you got your webcam yet, man? Hey, listen. Y'all send some super chats, man. We listen, we gonna force Tristan to go ahead and participate, man. We gonna force Tristan to get on cam, man. We gonna send him, we gonna see. I bet he already get Tristan probably got a whole setup over there, man. Come on, man. Let's go, T. We need you, dog. My boy be cooking, man. Said if it is a problem, it's a problem you can't fix. Why agree to be there? If the man is upfront and honest about what it is that he on, and you know you got an issue with it, it's not something you can rock with long term. Why agree to be there? Why agree to be there? Because you thought you could change him. You thought you could change him. That was your first mistake.
And that's why I said, I believe, given what y'all are saying, because I agree that naturally men want to be with multiple women. Like, I agree. I think I read about that. I don't know. Don't quote me.
I don't.
So I agree.
All right, so if you know that, then what we talking about? If you know that, then what we talking about? What we talking about, chat? If she knows that, if she agrees, she said, I agree. I agree that men naturally desire to be with multiple women. So if you know that, then what we talking about?
Agree.
That
But
guys
that's
want
why
to be with multiple women. I think that, like I said, I just think it's circumstance. Like I think it's just you know, it's just based off of circumstance. It's based off of what you're doing. It's based off of what your circumstance is. So, I love the hoes.
Everybody
I
love
love
it.
the hoes.
Everybody
I
love
don't
the
even know
hoes.
what to do with it. Can you help me with where to
I'm
place that
listen.
comment?
Let me bring it home, Gary. Damn.
I'm sorry.
I love the hoes, right? I don't got time for hoes. Cause I'm
Hey, never agree with Anton more. Everybody love the hoes, but if you want to be productive, ain't no time for the hoes. Ain't no time for the hoes, man.
I'm more concerned about my bag than I am about the hoes. It don't mean that we don't like hoes.
You don't.
I got better things to do than to be dealing with hoes because I'm too busy for that shit.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
I do.
How don't you understand that shit?
I understand.
Well, one, you can't have hoes because you're married. Two,
I can't have any hoes I want.
No, you can't, Anton.
Yes,
and
I
then
can.
two, no, you can't. And then
I can do
two,
whatever I want to do when I want to do it, and nobody can stop me. Not one person can stop me.
okay, do you think God wants you to do that?
Yeah.
Carrie, come on,
Yup.
let's just have a.
It's scriptural. It's scriptural. Yeah, I do. I think God perfectly okay with it. So's the thought said, I'm going to start checking my panel like Anton, LOL. Tristan said, if this ain't real shit, I don't know what is. He's spitting facts right here. Yeah. Who don't love the hoes, man? But we ain't got time for the hoes, man. We trying to get some shit done.
Regular conversation.
God is all up in our conversations.
Carrie,
You can't forget about him.
I ain't nobody forgetting about him. The nature of us, all of the greatest people that was in the Bible had multiple wives.
Let's talk.
No, they
We
didn't.
just
They
really
didn't
want to
all
start deep
have.
diving. If we want to deep dive into them, a lot of those dudes had multiple wives. Yes, they did.
You just said all. Now you said most. And I've been reading about it, and a lot of them ended. It didn't end great.
Because there were certain people that didn't have a wife, like Paul. He's my favorite in the Bible, and he never cared about the hoes. So
do you think
just
God
because
wants you
you was
to have
great don't
hoes?
mean that you had to have a woman at all.
Well, what's wrong with me saying you can't have hoes because you're married anyway? Like, why is that?
Because that's not a part. Because that has no relevance to what I'm saying. What I was saying is that regardless of our. Okay, Carrie, go ahead.
Well, because I just want, you made your statement about hoes. You said, I love the hoes. And I said, what should I do with that comment? You said, let me finish, Carrie. So you finished. And then you said, but I don't have time for hoes. And you were like, do you understand what I'm saying? I said, no. And the reason I don't understand is because one, you're married. So you don't have time for hoes because you can't have hoes. And then.
Hold on. We got a question. Miles Bachelor said, having hoes is scriptural. Yes, sir. Samson had hoes. Shout out to Samson. Shout out to my dog, Samson. Samson had hoes. Many men in the Bible slid through the brothel, sir. Jesus being one of them. Now, they didn't say Jesus partooketh of anything in the brothel, but he did pick up his bottom B at the brothel. You know what I'm saying? Mary was a brothel a brothel employee. You understand what I'm saying? Soft Rain says souls. She laughing. Tristan said, is she slow? Nah, she not slow. She not slow. Yeah, she tweaking right now. But Carrie be having good points sometimes. She taking an L tonight, but I just seen her give Anton a run for his money for sure.
Two, like, why would you want hoes anyway? So I was trying to answer your I don't understand your I love the hoes, I don't have time for hoes statement. I wasn't trying to like go down that rabbit hole.
Mal said, I'm trying to put that verse on the shirt. What about having hoes? Yeah, and hey, look, you got to go to the Old Testament, G. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Go to the Old Testament. It was up. It was cracking. It's like Souls of Thought. My dog Souls of Thought said they don't want you to read the Old Testament because you're gonna see that it's you. Yeah, the Old Testament got niggas in it. My nigga Moses, my nigga Noah, my nigga, yeah, the Old Testament. Yeah, it's scriptural though, Miles. Yeah, Samson slid through the brothel, and the chick that he went to go slide on, she tried to line him up. They was gonna try to catch him in the morning, leaving out. My man left in the middle of the night like a real player. Dude, and to this very day in 2025, dudes are still using setup chicks to set dudes up. You know what I'm saying? It's biblical now. Ain't nothing new under the sun. I ain't lie. Tristan said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but damn, this is not a difficult concept. Yeah, look, she agreeing and then disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing, because she agree with everything he's saying, but then she's trying to disagree with him at the same time. It don't really make sense. I'm with you, T.
It's a lot of guys that like. It's a lot of guys.
She's saying I understand it, but does that mean you should do it? And Anton is essentially saying, yes, you can. You can. There's nothing stopping you. Yes, you can. If you upfront and you honest, you can get women that are in agreement and you can move how you move. Yes. And she's saying, but is it right? Well, and Carrie always the first one on this panel to bring up the Bible. Yes, biblically it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It is perfectly under, you know what I'm saying? It's not a 10 commandment. It ain't no 7 deadly sin. You in the clear. Yes, it is okay. So she just can't wrap her mind around it because she has been programmed to be selfish into my man. All mine, me, I'm selfish. She's been programmed to be that way. And she's been programmed outside of her nature, because her nature is to collaborate as she sits on a panel with 3 women. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna talk about it. Let's go.
That like basketball.
I can't wait to meet your mom. Oh my God.
No. It's a lot of guys that like basketball.
Anton is so good. Here we go. Go ahead.
A lot of niggas that ain't got time. I know a lot of guys that love video games. I love video games. I love first-person shooters. I love multiplayer. I love that shit. I don't fucking have time for video games. So I don't play video games. I don't have time for it. Do I like it? Yeah. Was it fun as fuck? Hell yeah. Was I super competitive in it? 100%. I haven't played video games in years. Why? Because I have other things that I love more, and it's not that important to me. Do I still love playing video games? I'm pretty sure that I do, but I'm not interested in playing video games because I got other things better to do. Does that make sense now? That's why I said you got to remove the spirituality out of it, because that has nothing to do with the nature of the conversation. The nature of the conversation is just because we are does not mean that we have to participate, and we have other things that we prioritize above that. And it don't have to always tie to spirituality, because there's plenty of guys that don't engage, and it ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. They're not even Christians.
I do love me some Marvel Rivals, Call of Duty.
So you don't understand what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to.
There was this episode of the Cosby Show where Theo was trying to figure out what Cliff, like he was doing something with psychology. He was trying to figure out what animal represented Cliff. And every time he asked questions, Cliff would give like all these different types of answers to jack Theo up. And so you remind me of that moment.
Okay, so Carrie, how do you not?
It's okay. I yield.
No, it's not. We're not.
Let her yield. Let her yield.
We're not debating. What I'm asking is, what don't you understand about that? What did you understand about the video game?
No. It's not. And just like Theo made Malcolm Jamal want to rest in peace. Just like Theo, he ultimately ended up saying, "Never mind, Dad. You've exhausted me. Like this isn't you. I've been exhausted.
Carrie.
You put like 4 different points. Like every time I'm focused on one thing, you then insert this other stuff and take us take me to another angle while I'm still on this angle. Listen, you did good.
What don't you understand about what I'm saying?
I do understand. I do.
Maybe if it comes from Slimmy, you'll understand it.
No.
Because I don't like it when women do that.
What did I do? I
like
tried to stay with it. I couldn't. We moved a lot of times in this. Think about it. We started with Quentin saying cheating's not cheating if you don't lie about it. And now we got here. So I'm,
I honestly don't feel like we went anywhere. I don't think we went. Are we off subject? I don't know that we're off subject. You just don't want to understand. You glitching in public. She glitching in public. It makes perfect sense. You just don't want to get it because you've been programmed otherwise. This is what we call glitching, chat. I have to come up with a classic definition for glitching? Put glitching. Somebody put glitching on the docket, please. We're going to do a definition for glitching.
My best to keep up. I understood individual points, but it moved in a interesting way. So I just,
Carry you.
Souls of Thought said she knows Anton's truth. You can't be what you are not. Cryptic.
A mess.
I tried.
Jerry, you made me think about something I saw earlier. I think it was
Yep.
The Breakfast Club or something, but it was Michael, that African guy, Michael Blackson or something. And it said he was in an open relationship with his fiance, but he got another woman pregnant. But if they're in an open relationship, is it cheating?
No.
Yeah, no.
Even though she's pregnant, but you knew.
I guarantee you.
I definitely don't think that.
I guarantee you that every man that you've pretty much ever known, unless he's gay, love the hoes.
But not the women. They love the hoes, or are the hoes the women?
It's
I
women
know
that love the
sometimes
hoes
you guys use it it's interchangeable sometimes, and then sometimes a hoe is different from a woman. So
I don't think it's a difference.
They like it's like saying nigga. It's a term of endearment.
No, I know you've explained that bitch. I got you. But sometimes you all use hoes to differentiate.
Slimmy like bitches.
So Quentin and Slimmy, do you guys consider, do y'all always use?
Hey, watch Slimmy sit up like that. Slimmy was back here. Anton said, Slimmy like bitches. Slimmy said.
Hoe interchangeable with women, or do you sometimes use it interchangeable and then sometimes you use it to distinguish between one type of a woman versus another type of a woman?
Generally, distinguishing.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the difference between a hoe and a bitch.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's very true.
But Slimmy uses it in the negative way sometimes. Because Slimmy.
Oh yeah, no. If we start talking,
Slimmy will say, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah, we get into the shits. Yeah, then it's just like, yeah, bitch, get that bitch up out of here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like we talking mostly. I usually use that to refer to the women that we talking about in the videos.
Right.
Usually they bitches.
Yeah, like
and then there be some hoes too, though. There be some hoes too. You say what?
Can hoe be positive and negative? Right.
There's nothing positive about being a hoe.
Okay, so when
they don't like the
look,
I would disagree with Slim on that.
No, I ain't nothing positive about being a hoe.
What?
There's nothing positive about being a hoe.
I disagree.
I don't want you.
I like that, Slimmy.
I don't want no hoes. Because I mean you got loose coochie.
You want a B word?
That don't mean you got loose coochie.
Yeah.
No, it don't.
You selling it.
No, it doesn't mean you selling it just because you're a hoe.
What?
Hey, why Slimmy don't never know what's going on, G? What? Slimmy don't never know what's going on. Wait, what? Tristan said she didn't have a comeback, so she tapped out. I'll say that Anton didn't cook it all the way. Nah, not all the way, but he could. Yeah, he said to cook it all the way, you have to bring up the spiritual part, and he didn't do that. Yeah, I think he spared her because she's still real new in her faith, T. She real new in her faith, and that's why she bring it up all the time, because she one of them new Christians, like, just start diving into the Bible. It's all she thinking about. Yeah, hallelujah, glory, glory, blessed and highly favored brother. She going through that phase of life right now. So I think he kind of I think he spared her a little bit. Miles said, LOL. The Ted's down 333. What up, my boy? Tristan said, get Charleston White on the phone. Slimmy up. Yeah, Slimmy gonna crash out. The Ted's down said, hit the like button. I did it. Why haven't you? For sure, for sure. Yes, Lord. Shout out to the chat. Let's go. We're gonna let them cook.
It doesn't mean you selling it just because you a hoe.
So you either selling it or you giving it up too often. It's just one of those.
No, we
What's the other one?
Because we designated them wrong. We slotting them wrong, Slimmy.
No, I don't slot that wrong. I slot that right. I slot that a mile away.
Slimmy, you don't believe in any. Okay.
Wait a minute. So wait. When all right, when you speaking generally, you just be like, yeah, the hoes, right?
Yeah.
But then when you really talking about it,
hey man, you see them hoes over there? Like it's just it's some normal shit.
Yeah, but when you really describe using it as a description, that means you got loose coochie.
Wow.
Which one seems more pleasant, a hoe or a B word?
The hoes.
Neither.
The hoes.
Neither.
That's what I'm choosing.
Oh,
Hoes for
the
sure.
hoes is great.
Hoes.
Y'all don't like
hoes
women.
can be-
You don't like women, ladies. You don't like those words.
No.
I do, Carrie.
Yeah, they have their place. They have their place, Carrie. They have a role.
Well, Quentin, you use these words too. I was waiting for you.
I use them to be hyperbolic, but in real life, I don't refer to women as bitches.
Man, get the fuck out of here, Quentin. Get the fuck out of here. He
trolling.
probably the worst.
Hey, he trolling, chat. Quentin is the worst. He trolling, chat.
Yeah.
Quentin is way worse.
What do you mean?
See, he's trying to take that light tone.
Quentin will call y'all dumb hoes.
Wouldn't this be a little bit of continuing the black culture that you, or what culture do you call trash, Anton?
Black culture.
White people.
Wouldn't this be an example?
Oh, that's heavy. Souls of Thought said, I think she calls him on his walk because God is how Anton gets his victims. Victims or volunteers? Souls of Thought said, when he battles, he's winning cards are, I've been married for 20 years and everything he does, and God. Ah, okay. When he battles, his winning cards are, I've been married for 20 plus years and everything he does, and God. Yeah. But what victims though? You talking about in debates? Like the people, I mean, I don't know that he wins all his debates. I saw him debate what's his name? The dude who be telling men to pay for everything 100% all the time so they can have a woman that act right. Tristan said we don't refer to ladies as 304s, totally different categories. Nah, for sure. But the sad truth is, I think that's what they're discussing though, is that 304s are more pleasant than ladies. Like ladies are more useful, right? Like you want to marry a lady, right? You want to settle down with a lady. But a lady is absolutely more of a headache than a 304 all day long if we keeping it peak. And that's why men love hoes. Miles Batchelor said they're trolling big time. Yeah, he definitely trolling.
Perpetuating that culture.
No, that's all cultures.
No, because it's I don't think
that's all cultures use that.
It's not.
You
it's
think
not.
so? You think a lot of
100%.
use hoes?
Man,
like
white people use bitch way more than black people.
I mean,
They will say that. Oh, you're being a bitch right now.
Yeah.
White people say that
That's
straight
why
up.
they parent
but
that.
that would be used in a negative way though.
But
right?
it's not.
He's using it as a
central
term
to
of endearment.
No. That's not central to just like that's not just for black people.
Yeah.
At all.
I never heard nobody call people
dudes gonna be
hoes like black people.
No.
You crazy?
Who?
Hey, who bringing the hoes?
Maybe maybe Hispanics. But
No,
man,
calling
all dudes. Asians, man, where the hoes at?
100%.
Everybody.
Okay, but what type of women are they talking about, Slimmy? They're talking
You're
about
a hoe for sure.
They're talking
It's
about
just talking about women. It's just like in general, they just like, where the hoes at? Like, nigga, we ain't about to stay over here.
who have you heard say that's not black?
White boys
not like
say
name
hoes.
people, but not name people. I'm saying like what culture?
Every culture.
All of them in
Every
America.
culture.
Yeah, that's a Western culture thing. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's universal. You get around some men, like where the hoes at? Everybody know what you mean. It's not like only a black colloquialism. Let's see. Miles said they're trolling big time. She's holding ground though. Yeah, we watch panels all the time, Miles, and we see women stand on a mound of bullshit. Like she know what they saying. Like she is a woman. She knows that she's not the same as all women. She knows she see women outside and she like, oh, why she acting like that? Or, oh, why she dressed like that? You see women different from yourself. If you are a woman, you know that there are subsets of women. Like she acting like she doesn't understand. Like you get it. But it makes for good content though.
I went to a liberal college. They was all there. And they all use the same terminology. Everybody
and they're talking about bring the quality women when they say where the hoes at, or are they talking about the women you described?
They just talk about women. They just talk about women in general. They just like, what are hoes?
Facts.
That's what I said. When you start getting into precise descriptions, then it's different. It's all negative.
Facts.
Okay, well at least
and that's what. Go ahead,
no,
my bad.
No, I was just saying, like, I know that this is the term that's used. I'm pushing up against Anton making it be a nice word.
Well, I don't think
it was nice.
It's neutral.
It's just a thing.
It's neutral. Nobody's using the word neutral. It's neutral. It's not good or bad. It's just neutral. It's a replacement word in a relaxed environment amongst men that they replace the word women with. Where are the women at? Instead of saying women, they be like, where the hoes at? It's just but it's neutral. It's not good or bad. It's just in general. You know what I mean? And it's just locker room talk, right? Like that's how, like I said, in a relaxed environment, I think, men using it amongst women, that's I guess it depends on the level of respect that the women in the room or the level of comfortability that you have with the women in the room. There would be some, you have to have discretion with that. But it's just, they get it. I don't know why she acting like she don't get it.
It's just a thing when
it's
you
like
speaking
using the N-word.
They don't take women's. They don't care about what women think when they saying it. They just it's just.
If I say,
listen,
it's not nice. It is what it is. If I say, nigga, you crazy. I'm not dissing him. I'm just talking.
I know. And what I'm saying is I get it. I understand that. And I'm saying using the word hoe is now like, oh please, you like, so you would call
y'all do it. Women call each other bitches all the time as a term of endearment.
First of all,
checkmate. It's over with. Miles Bachelor said the N-word is just as universal, unfortunately. Shit, for who? Can't nobody come around me just throwing that word around. It ain't gonna turn into no conflict, but we're gonna have to get from around each other for sure, though. It's not universal around me. I don't, it's not. I never gave like the white homie in the hood the N-word pass to just use that shit loose around me because we close. I never was that type of black person. Tristan said, yeah, he got her bullseye. Yeah, we up out of there. It's checkmate. It's over with. But yeah, shout out to Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. He changed the name of that channel to Room 9. So if y'all trying to look for it, Room 9 is where that panel is at 4 nights a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So make sure y'all tap in with the After Hours crew. Shout out to Anton Daniels again for the great content for us to react to. Yes, Lord. All right, y'all, we're moving into the question of the day. Question of the day is putting your foot down overrated. Let's talk, chat. I need y'all to get active on this one. Is putting your foot down now overrated? Let's talk about it. In today's time, is putting your foot down overrated? We've all agreed, even I believe the women have agreed that they've become a bit masculine. Big Sco, welcome, man. You just showed up at the right time. Yes, Lord. Shout out to Big Sco. Yeah, so is putting your foot down overrated? He said, I'm super late. Nah, you cool. You only missed one segment. But we only got 3 today. We got this, and then we got the code language, and I'm outie. Is putting your foot down now overrated, chat? Let's talk about it. In today's time, we all agree that the women have become more masculine. The women have agreed themselves, right? They just say that they don't want to be, whatever the fuck that means. Like it's not up to them and shit. But they say they don't want to be, but we agree that women have become more masculine, right? So since we all agree to that, what it takes for a man to exert dominance over a more than traditionally, feminine woman, it's a bit more taxing, especially since now the legalization of the Ike Turner management program has been removed, right? So you can no longer use that methodology to tighten, to make sure your woman is in accordance and submissive to you. So What do you do, fellas, when you're talking to a woman and let's say y'all have a discussion? It's your lady, y'all having a discussion, and you go to put your foot down. You go to tell her this conversation is over, or you tell her we doing what I said we doing, or whatever, right? You go to put your foot down, and she tell your ass no. Where do it go from there? Last time I checked, fellas, let's just have a conversation. Ladies too. Last time I checked, the only way to demand respect is there has to be an or else associated, correct? There has to be an or else associated. Football. We play football. You didn't listen to the coach. You did the same thing wrong repeatedly. There was an or else. We gonna do up downs. We gonna do different types of runs or conditioning, push-ups. One coach I had made us do leg lifts. Everybody on the team had abs, right? By the end of the season, everybody on the team had abs. We had to do leg lifts. So yeah, like there was an or else, right? Back in the day when I was a shorty, we didn't listen to what mom and dad said. We were repeatedly doing something wrong. We got whooped. We got a spanking. That was the or else. You get to a certain age, it shift from a spanking to you grounded, or give me that Nintendo, or give me that PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Give me that cell phone. There was an or else. There was consequence behind not respecting the authority that is before you. It's your job. You don't follow policy. You get caught not following policy. You have a conversation the first time. You get caught repeating the same offense. There's an or else, right? You get reprimanded. You get some paperwork. You get a strike. You get a mark, whatever the case may be, right? There's an or else. For the modern woman, there is no or else dealing with the modern man. The only or else that you could try to use today, legally, inside the confines of the law, the only or else you have today is, if she refuses to get in line, you could tell her, I'm going to leave your ass. But what happens when you tell her, I'm going to leave your ass, and she say, bye, nigga? Okay. There is no or else. So the question of the day is putting your foot down now become overrated? Is the energy that it takes, is the effort, the mystery, the figuring out the puzzle of it, has it become overrated? Every time you go to be the dominant force, you have to have a tug of war match. Is it overrated? Let's talk, chat. Somebody open up the nuance of the conversation. Tez, you want me to drop the link? Anybody want me to drop the link? Let's talk about this one. I got about 10 minutes for y'all, about 15 minutes, and then I got to skate. But yeah, man, let's get on it, chat. Let's see. Tez down said, or else. Yeah, there has to be one. Tristan said, putting your foot down should only take one conversation. You'll know how much she respects you by her followership or lack thereof. That's a fact, though. If you got to say it twice, she got to get out your life. Tristan said the lack of consequence is a big factor in this. Absolutely. There is no consequence anymore. The modern man has been stripped of the ability to offer consequence. Again, I'm not pro, domestic, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But I do know that when that was legal, women weren't as unruly. I do know that. If we're having a results-based conversation and taking the emotion and my personal morals and ethic beliefs out of it, were there better results back then? Yeah. So now that those methods have been stripped from the list of options, right? There is no way to demand or command your respect from the modern woman. So because that has been stripped from the man, is putting your foot down overrated? Tristan said, this is what I'm learning as a man. In life, you have to demand respect. What you allow is what will continue. Bullseye. Absolutely. And that's what I kind of have learned too, T. I'm in alignment with you in that, because with the way that I'm, practically breaking this down for us to talk about, I feel like the conclusion I've drawn is, since you no longer, you can demand respect from your child. If you have a child, you can demand respect from your child. You know, if you have a boss, you can demand respect from your boss because your boss got a boss and you have the ability to talk to your boss's boss about your boss. You can get your respect from your boss. There's a way to do it. You can bring your boss in or else. You absolutely can. You can demand, I can tell you ways to demand respect from everybody except for the modern woman. Somebody cracked the code. I get what y'all gonna say though. I know what I know what we all gonna say. Well, shit, if you demand your respect and she refuses to respect you, then you go ahead and get up out of there. I know what y'all finna say. I'm talking about how do you demand it if you stay? What if you don't want to get up out of there? Say you want to get her in line, but you can't. There is no or else. There is no fear of any sort of consequence of any kind. Especially not if you're married without a prenup. Especially not if you're 100% provider. All the or else's involve your ass losing. Let's really talk about this. Y'all done went quiet, chat. Shit polarizing. Y'all trying to wrap y'all mind around it? Some introspective niggas in this chat, man. Y'all done went quiet. Let's talk about it. Straight like that. So as the thought said, having to means you never had control. Having to means you never had control. Right. How do you gain it? He said, I only use my feet to leave you. I see. Like I said, I know what y'all gonna say. I know what y'all gonna say. So how do you weather those storms? A long-term relationship with any woman, period, from any part of the world, globe. This ain't no American woman shit, none of that. A long-term relationship with any woman of any creed, ethnicity, you are going to come across some rough patches, some storms, some inevitable disagreements, etc., etc., etc. In the moments where your woman is providing you with resistance, standing her ground, not budging on a particular thing, whatever the case may be, in those moments, do you always just abort mission? You just get up out of there? He said, I only use my feet to leave. Is there never a moment where you have to exert dominance and let your woman know, like, hey, cut the shit? You just get up out of there? Is that always the answer now? Is that what we've devolved to? I don't think the chat got much on this one. Yeah. We come back to this one. I guess we have to try to crack this code another day in another way.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Souls of Thought said, staying isn't an option. That's foolish. You're going to literally be putting a dog on a leash you don't want to walk. He said, win here, though. Putting your foot down is way overrated. And I think Tez is the first person. Wait, did Tristan answer it? He said, putting your foot down should only take one conversation. Yeah, Tez the first person to actually answer the question, y'all. He said, putting your foot down is overrated. He just answered the question. He said he thinks it's overrated. Tez said, you got to know that you let it roam the crib without watching it. You talking about the dog? You got to know that you can let it roam the crib without watching it. Man, we are not about to parallel these women to dogs today. We not doing that, chat. Come on, chat. Souls of Thought said, no, that's the issue. You want to establish something never have. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Souls. I never seen that. Like I never seen a long-term relationship of any kind. Ted said, I am. This dude is a crash out. But I've never seen a relationship of any kind where people didn't have to check each other, even if it's just a friendship. I've never seen a relationship of any kind where people didn't have to hold each other accountable to a certain capacity or check each other about a boundary. Everybody got boundaries. If you're dealing with anybody long term, your mom, your sister, your brother, your companion, whatever it is, right? You're dealing with somebody long term. There's going to be times where you have to toe the line of your boundaries for whatever reason it is. Does that mean it's just time for the relationship to just be over with altogether? Or do you hold the line? A person respect the fact that you hold the line and respect your line from now on, and it's solved. Like, what we talking about? We just always get up out of there? He said, as a man, you come with dominion. I agree. It don't mean that, come on now, life gone life. Let's have a real conversation. Tristan said, my original thought was that it's underrated because I think more men need to establish order with women, period. So you think it's underrated? You think putting your foot down is underrated? So you think people need to turn up a little bit on putting the foot down? Okay, we getting somewhere now. Let's talk. Let's hash this out. Souls of Thought said, maybe you using the wrong verbiage for me. Possibly. I'm just talking about when you're receiving resistance. I don't care what woman you're dealing with. At points in time, that woman gonna give you resistance to something, an idea, a decision, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you have to veto the sit. Hey, we going with what I'm saying. When it's time to put your foot down, has that become overrated because of what all it takes? The days of a man only having to say some shit once are almost extinct. The days of a man only having to say some shit once, almost extinct. If my grandfather told my grandmother to close her mouth in any way, whether it's shut up, be quiet, we done talking, whatever freaking phrase is okay with y'all, he only had to say it once. Just one time.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Them days is damn near over, chat. The tears down said there needs to be an or else. When there isn't, chaos ensues. No reason to work things out or place boundaries when the or else is bye ninja. I'll have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Matter of fact. There does need to be an or else. I think to establish respect in any capacity, there has to be an or else. And I think the or else that the modern man could have possibly had for the modern woman is gone. So I don't really think you can demand your respect. Like Souls of Thought is saying, you kind of just got to hunt for somebody who just going to give you some respect. All rip. I mean, I get what he's saying. I'm just framing it in a situation where most people going to deal with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like most people not hunting like that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna deal with somebody that they gonna have to, check every now and again. Tristan said, I think more men need to get active. I agree with you, T. I think masculinity need to swell back up again in the world. The granddads had in or else to loom over their heads. Keep that in mind. Oh, for sure. For sure. If you flinch and she don't jump, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with that, but I'm just saying back in the day, that's what it was. Like if great granddaddy flinch, great grandmama was gonna flinch. That let you know she understood there was an or else in existence.
I'm only gonna do this once.
I don't think that necessarily needs to be the or else, but because men aren't valued the same anymore, right? That or else would work. But I mean, if men are valued, your or else could be your absence, right? Hey, listen, you don't want to listen, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. Shit, you gonna come home from work, my shit gonna be about this motherfucker, or your shit gonna be about this motherfucker, or you get what I'm saying? Whatever the demonstration is in your situation. You know what I'm saying? Like that used to be the or else, but now you try to use that as the or else, and they'll tell your ass, bye. Put my shit outside if you want to. Pack your shit up if you want to. That's what they'll tell your ass. So ain't no or else, fam. You can't. That shit over with, chat. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I would listen. My vote on the question of the day, I think it's overrated, G. I think it's overrated. I don't think you shouldn't do it. I'm with Tristan. I think you should definitely like toe the line as much as you can and shit like that. But at a certain point of resistance, I'm with Souls of Thought. Tap the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to these chats and then I'm gonna skate, y'all. Yeah, I got y'all to turn up and now y'all won't stop. Let's get it. Let's see. Let me get back to what we was. We got a lot of chats that just came in at one time. Let's see. Let's see. Tristan said my original thought was it's underrated. Souls of Thought said maybe you using the wrong verbiage for me. He said there needs to be a or else. I think more men need to get active. The Tears Down said the granddads had an or else to loom over their heads. Keep that in mind. Tristan said not for crash out purposes, but to get the best results. Absolutely. Souls of Thought said it's only resistance if you planning to pivot. I don't know, Souls. I think we got to get on a panel for this one, dog. I don't think you get what I'm saying, dog. I gotta come up with an example for you, like a hypothetical example or something for you. The Tears Down said, I'm only gonna do this thrice. Right. That's what we live in these days. Yeah, you gotta repeat yourself. Them days of only having to say that shit once is almost gone. Souls of Thought said, I'm still doing it my way. Resistance is just noise. She can go sit in the dark room. Souls of Thought cold-blooded, dog. This dude cold-blooded. He said, I think men are too feminine now. He only chose to say it once. Her response didn't have an impact on his decision. Nah, for sure. Souls, I'm definitely I'm finna do what the fuck I'm finna do anyway type of nigga. I agree with you. But I don't think most men moving like that. I agree with you on that too. Mama V said that or else instills fear, not respect. Fear is respect.
Classic.
Shout out to Mama V. The Tears Down said the or else doesn't have to be violent. It just has to be real, like all right, I'm out type stuff. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the Ike Turner management program was an effective one. Whether you ethically agree with it or not, which I don't agree with it, I do acknowledge that it was effective. It's just like somebody saying that the dude with the thick mustache that I'm not gonna say on my stream because I don't want to get flagged. The dude with the thick mustache who used to do this little gesture thing, him, right? You can acknowledge that he was a genius and also acknowledge that he was evil, but he was a master manipulator and an amazing social engineer, right? But just for the wrong reasons. Like we can have the nuance here. That's what we doing on the codes. The Tears Down said, and nobody should be with people who don't want to lose them. Right, exactly. If you tell her you finna leave and she tell you bye nigga, you might as well, even if you wasn't planning on leaving for real, I mean, you probably should. Big Sco said, I don't really have to say too much because me and mine haven't really had too many arguments or disagreements. I'm glad you moving on Easy Street. Every time Sco talk about his relationship, it's always on cloud 9. Shout out to my dog, Big Sco. Shout out to my dog, Big Skull. I pray that it may stay that way for all your days, my brother. And I mean that sincerely.
I'm only going to do this once.
For sure. But everybody that catch this on the rewatch, man, chime in on the question of the day. Is putting your foot down become overrated? Has it become overrated? Make sure you chime in on the question of the day and let us know what you think on the rewatch for sure. All right. So I'll save the code language for tomorrow. I actually got to skate up out of here. But I appreciate y'all, chat. I'm glad I was able to give y'all a full hour show today. And I appreciate y'all for turning up on the conversation because I really wanted to have that one. Me and Tez actually spoke about that briefly yesterday. I said, man, I'm going to bring that question of the day into the game because I think it's something that we should talk about, man. So it was a good conversation for sure. Make sure y'all, if y'all subscribe to me already, go over to the Raw Society Coalition as you see scrolling across the bottom and subscribe there as well. We're trying to turn up over there on that side. We got some segments that'll be exclusively on that channel. So make sure that you tap in at the Raw Society Coalition. But if y'all don't do nothing else, my last request, make sure you stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winter